everyone, so first of all I hope you all had a really amazing Christmas if you do celebrate it, and if you don't, just a nice relaxing week hopefully. I know my plans for Christmas are just to pretty much eat all the cheese and chocolate I can get my hands on, so I'm very excited for that. So we've made it to the end of December and the final instalment of this year's monthly favourites. I can't believe I've now filmed 12 of these videos over the last year, but it's gone very quickly. Keep an eye out next week though for my big two-parter, long-winded, rambly video about my 2014 favourites. So something in every single category in makeup, skincare, nails, hair care, body care, fragrance, everything I can possibly think of. It's going to be a really fun one to film because I just get to talk about my favourite products for a couple of hours, so that will be coming up sometime next week. But for now though, I'm just going to keep it very short and sweet today with a few of my favourite products from December, and of course this had to include a festive candle. This is the Jo Malone Incense and Embers candle, and it's just been my absolute favourite all month. It's very different to my usual Christmassy candles. I tend to go for the very sweet and sugary, something like the Yankee candle, Christmas cookie, or Christmas cake, anything along those lines. But this one is very different. It's almost got a very deep woody scent to it, which kind of reminds you of a nice log fire, which is very comforting. It does have an undertone of sweetness, kind of cinnamony, orangey scents, all those kind of Christmas smells, and it's a really beautiful one. It's not as overpowering as I thought it'd be when I first smelled it in the actual candle. When it's burning, it just gives a really lovely subtle scent to the room. It's not overly woody, it's not overly sweet, it's just a really lovely warming one. As with any Jo Malone candles, they just look absolutely beautiful sitting on the side, burning away all day, and I've just had this on non-stop this month. It's a really lovely one. Another December essential for me, of course, has to be a glittery, sparkly nail varnish, and I have quite a few in my collection at the moment, but there's one that I've been really enjoying using this month, and it's the Nails Inc Alexa Sequins polish, and this is from one of their new rebranded, redone ranges. This is the new packaging and it's just stunning. It's really quite a weighty nail varnish. I like it when packaging feels very heavy and luxurious. This is quite a different nail polish to anything that I own. It's got very chunky gold glitter in there and some kind of smaller, more sparse glitters too, but it also has this matte black in there, almost like a matte black glitter. It's just something a little bit different to your standard gold glitter. It's almost a little bit vampy, and I've been wearing it mostly on top of a black nail varnish. I think it looks really pretty that way, and it's been my favourite glitter this month, definitely. So Nails Inc also brought out a new base coat recently, and this is the Nailkale Superfood base coat. Again, it's in beautiful packaging, and it's supposed to be enriched with all sorts of vitamins and kind of superfoods in there to really help strengthen and protect your nails. And I've been using this for probably 2 or 3 months on and off, and I think my nails have really improved. They've definitely got a lot stronger, and I am quite prone to sort of peeling and brittleness and snapping, and I haven't really had any of that recently, so I think this is really doing the job. So we also have a few winter skincare favourites, and these have really been helping out my dry skin at the moment. I'm not sure if it's just because of the cold weather or if my skin's just decided to change for good, but it's definitely been very dry recently. So the first one is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate, and I've been holding off on trying this until I'd finished up my Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair, which to me is just the holy grail of overnight serums. The formula of this one is slightly different. It's definitely more of an oil, whereas the Estée Lauder one is more of a serumy gel type texture, but I think this one is a lot more rich and hydrating, as you would expect an oil to be. The effect this has on my skin though is definitely just as good as the Estée Lauder, if not better. It almost just heals my skin overnight. If I have blemishes, if I have dryness, any redness, even patches, it just seems to fix it, and by the time I wake up in the morning my skin just looks glowing and refreshed and back to normal, and it's just a really amazing product, especially if you do suffer from dry skin at the moment. It is very hydrating. I really am just amazed by what this little bottle has been doing for me, and I think overnight treatments are definitely the way to go, and I have been using this on its own quite a few times, so just layering up a really nice amount of oil on my skin, and then sometimes I've been putting a smaller amount on and then going on with a moisturiser on top, and for that it's been the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. Kiehl's are definitely dominating my skincare routine at the moment. I think all their products are just incredible. This one I think I picked up around about a year ago in December. This is now my 3rd tub of the stuff. It's such a lovely basic cream, and that may not sound too exciting, but it does the job when you need it to. It's very rich and very hydrating, and yet it sinks in incredibly well. It never leaves any stickiness on the skin. It doesn't feel greasy or oily, so I can definitely wear this underneath makeup or overnight as well. It just works both ways. So my makeup this month has been pretty standard. I've really really stuck to the same group of products over and over again. And I think the one thing that I've used the most out of all of them is my good old beaten up, battered Urban Decay Naked One palette. This thing has definitely seen better days. Urban Decay have definitely expanded the Naked range quite vastly since this came out, but I think it really is the original and the best, and the selection of colours in this one are just unbeatable. I absolutely love using Naked and Buck on just a very natural makeup day, really beautiful matte warm shades, and then also Virgin and Sin are really pretty light colours. I love Smog. Half Baked is just the most beautiful gold shadow I think I've ever come across, and then I also really like Dark Horse and Toasted. Pretty much every single eyeshadow in here I love. There really is no limit to what you can do with this, and although the Naked 2, Naked 3, Naked Basic palettes are all really beautiful, I think this is just the best one, and I'm sure probably 99% of you already own this, but if you don't and if you've been considering it for a long time, I think it really is worth picking up. Another old favourite that I've really been enjoying this month is the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, aka the cutest thing ever, and I actually picked up a new one of these while I was in Brighton at the beginning of the month, and I haven't actually had one I think for about 2 years. It's been a while since I last used it. I've just run out of my number 7 Stay Perfect mascara, which is what I usually use on my bottom lashes, so I decided to give this a go again, see if I still liked it, and I forgot how good the little brush on this is. It's really, really tiny, really, really small, but it's very precise, and you can really get into all the little tiny lashes that a big mascara one wouldn't usually reach. The formula as well is also so long lasting, it doesn't flake or smudge or run or go anywhere at all. It just lasts for the whole day. So this wouldn't be a favourites video without a few lip products thrown in, and I have a more kind of neutral shade and then of course a red. So the first one is NARS Torres del Paine. I know I've pronounced that terribly, I'm very sorry about that. This actually came in the Digital World lip pencil set that they did. I think they're completely sold out now, which is such a shame because it was a beautiful combination of colours. But this is one of the satin pencils, so it's a little bit glossier, a little bit sheerer than the velvet ones which I'm used to. The colour of this is such a beautiful peachy pink. It's not too orange and yet it's not too pink, it's just right in the middle, and I've just had this in my pocket or in my bag all month, and I've been throwing it on every day throughout the day. It's one that you can put on without really looking in a mirror, so it's really easy to have with you. These aren't the most moisturising of lip products, so I do always make sure I have a lip balm underneath, but the colour just makes up for it. It's so, so pretty. And then the second one is MAC's Ruby Woo, and I seem to have just avoided Ruby Woo forever. I know it's one of MAC's absolute cult lipsticks, but I never really tried it until a few weeks ago when I picked it up when I went to Westfields, I think at the end of November, and I'm so glad I did because it's a really, really pretty one. I actually used this in my Christmas makeup video, which I will link below if you haven't seen that already. It's just a perfect party red. I know a lot of people think the formula of this is quite drying, but I've been wearing NUXE Reve de Miel underneath this whenever I have it on, and I think it's fine. It really stays quite moisturised and quite hydrated, and I haven't had any problems with dry patches. I'd say this has probably been my most worn lipstick of the month, and I'm just so happy I picked it up. So definitely a very Christmassy, very festive shade that I absolutely love. So those are all my December favourites, and thank you all for sticking with me for the last 12 months worth of favourites. They're definitely one of my favourite videos to film, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all soon.